Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday, March 27, 2019 said India has successfully conducted an anti-satellite missile test. In his national address, Modi said India had achieved a historic feat by shooting down its own low-orbit satellite with a ground-launched missile in 3 minutes. Till now only 3 countries, the US, Russia, and China have demonstrated this kind of capability. The test put the country in a league of global space powers. PM Modi stated the operation, named Mission Shakti, which stands for Power in Hindi, would be instrumental to defend the country's interests in space. The Indian Foreign Ministry said that India had no intention of entering into an arms race in outer space. It is to be noted that India has a very credible space program which has grown substantially over the past decade. Indian Space Research Organisation, or ISRO, has put a satellite into orbit around Mars and has plans to send a manned mission into space in the next 3 years. Today we can have a look on India's anti-satellite missile test. Subscribe to Global Updates for videos like this. Satellites are one of the most important assets for a nation. They play a vital role in civilian and military communications. Military satellites are used for gathering intelligence, as well as they can monitor and provide early warning against missile launches by a rival nation. Military satellites also provide guidance to missiles, aircrafts, and warships, to name a few. So, if satellites of a particular nation are destroyed, it will become handicapped in a conflict. This is why the anti-satellite weapon is seen as a key military capability by the world. The US was the first to possess this kind of capability. US carried out their first Asat test in 1959. The anti-satellite weapon had a range of 1,100 miles or 1,770 kilometers. A mock test was carried out in which dummy attack on the Explorer 6, which was at an altitude of 156 miles or 251 kilometers, was successfully executed. Relatively recently, in February 2008, it was reported that the United States Navy fired a RIM-161 Standard Missile 3 ABM as an anti-satellite weapon to take out a satellite which was operationally malfunctioning. The Soviet Union conducted a series of 7 tests from 1963 to 1971, declared its system operational in 1973. The weapon was designed to approach the target satellite, and then detonate an explosive that would damage the target with shrapnel. In recent times, November 18, 2015, Russia tested anti-satellite missile, known as PL-19 Nudal, for the first time. The same missile was tested again on May 2016. In January 2007, China successfully destroyed a defunct Chinese weather satellite, Phi-1C. As per reports, the mission was executed by an SC-19 Asat missile with a kinetic kill warhead. Phi-1C was a weather satellite orbiting Earth in polar orbit at an altitude of about 865 kilometers or 537 miles, having a mass of about 750 kilograms, that is 1,650 pounds. Its destruction created a lot of debris in space. This brought to the fore the risk of conducting this type of test. India's test was carried out by the Defence Research and Development Organisation, or DRDO, the research and development arm of Indian military. The satellite that was destroyed is believed to be Microsat-R as per Indian media reports. It was a medium-sized military imaging satellite weighing 1,630 pounds or 740 kilograms that was launched by ISRO in January. Microsat-R was in low Earth orbit at an altitude of 186 miles or 300 kilometers. The good aspect is that Microsat-R was in a relatively low orbit, and hence most pieces will fall to Earth within some weeks. there will be a very limited chance that the debris will create a mess. The technology is indigenous and would have drawn a lot from India's Agni series missiles. There is one aspect that has not been taken up by mainstream media and the Indian government seem to have intentionally kept under wraps. An anti-satellite missile is similar to a ballistic missile interceptor. So theoretically, India is moving towards achieving a potent interceptor that can knock out ICBM. India already has a homegrown two-layer BMD, ballistic missile defense. India's indigenously designed BMD system was successfully tested on May 15, 2016. The two-tiered BMD system consists of the PAD, Prithvi Air Defense, which will intercept missiles at exo-atmospheric altitude of 50 to 80 kilometers or 31 to 50 miles, and AAD, Advanced Air Defense, missile for an interception at endo-atmospheric altitudes of up to 30 kilometers or 19 miles. The BMD system uses the Swordfish radar. Swordfish is an Indian active electronically scanned array, AESA, long-range tracking radar specifically developed to track ballistic missiles. It can spot objects as small as a cricket ball, 3 inches in diameter, at ranges of up to 500 miles or 800 kilometers. As per reports, the process is going on to increase the range of radar to around 950 miles or 1,500 kilometers, which will make it one of the most capable ground-based radar in the world. The Asat could make the BMD system a 3-layered one and enhance its capability. This could act as a major deterrence against China and Pakistan. The revelations from India come at a time when the US, Russia and China are taking steps to equip themselves with an arsenal of anti-satellite missiles. All the three nations come out with a guarded and non-combative response. This is especially important since China is rival to India and is most threatened by this kind of capability. Another regional rival of India, Pakistan, have called for non-militarization of space. A U.S. Embassy spokesperson in Delhi said that Washington was very much aware of Indian Prime Minister's announcement but largely highlighted that both countries have shared interests in space. Russia, while welcoming India's right to anti-satellite missile test, has put the onus on the USA on framing rules as early as possible to prevent weaponization of space. Overall, it can be said that with this test India has made a strong statement. For videos like this, subscribe to our channel by pressing the subscribe button and press the bell icon for instant notifications.